All right. All right. It says we're live. Hello. Happy Sunday. Happy last day of April. I cannot believe it feels like somebody's speeding up time. So, welcome to today's broadcast. I'm your host, Elizabeth, and I am delighted to be here with you today. Today's episode was inspired by Mark Nepo, in his book 7,000 Ways to Listen. And hello, Jill. Thanks for joining. Let me know right away in the comments if you would like a reading. I would love to offer that for you, all who are here live. I appreciate you showing up live. It's so much fun to engage in real time. So thank you for being here. Also, thank you if you're watching the replay. Still a lot of valuable information, even if you can't be here live with the message. So perfect. Awesome, Jill. Grateful to offer your reading. So, when you think of this question, are you listening to your soul? What comes up for you? To me, this is a very juicy, very powerful question. And I believe that the right questions are very powerful tools to allow us to connect with this just treasure trove of inner wisdom that we carry with us always, that we don't actually often access because no one really shows us about this treasure trove of wisdom that will help us fulfill our soul. So I would love to hear from you in the comments, whether you're live or on the replay. When you think of this question, like, are you listening to the nudges of your soul? Are you listening? Another way of saying it would be, are you listening to what stirs your soul? Like, what comes up for you? I'd love to hear from you in the comments. Let me know. And I'm just going to start by reading this very powerful poem in Mark Nepo's book, 7,000 Ways to Listen, and see what it might offer you, afford you, that will really help you anchor into this juicy wisdom that is always here for you if you're ready, willing, and open to listening, right? Then I'm going to offer you some questions to ask yourself that you can journal on, reflect on, go out in nature and consider, marinate on. And then, of course, I'm going to be doing readings for those of you who are live who would like a reading. Hey, Lydia. Oh, Shannon, I'm so happy to see you. That's amazing. Thanks for joining. So let me know in the comments if you would like a reading, if you're with me live. So here we go. So again, this is Mark Nepo, 7,000 Ways to Listen. He also wrote the Book of Awakening, which, you know, I absolutely will be getting that. Okay, so this is called The Appointment. What if on the first sunny day on your way to work, a colorful bird sweeps in front of you down a street you've never heard of? You might pause and smile, a sweet beginning to your day. Or you might step into that street and realize there are many ways to work. You might sense the bird knows something that you don't and wander after. You might hesitate when the bird turns down an alley. For now, there is a tension. Is what the bird knows worth being late? You might go another block or two thinking you can have it both ways, but soon you arrive at the edge of all of your plans. The bird circles back for you, and you must decide which appointment you were born to keep. Woo! Okay, so then I just want to share. Okay, great, Lydia. I will definitely offer you a reading. So let me know how those words of Mark Nepo's land for you. When I read that, I was like, okay, whoa, 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 whoa. Okay, so this is what he says. At every turn and every day, we are presented with angels in 1,000 guises, each calling us to follow their song. There is no, there is no right or wrong way to go, and only your heart can find the appointments you are born to keep. It's hard to take this risk, but meeting each uncertainty with an open heart will lead us to an authentic tomorrow. I love this. In the poem, however far you go to follow the bird is beautiful enough. If you simply pause and continue with your day, you will be given something. If you wander after its song a block or two, you will be given something else. If you discover that following this bird leads you to another life, you will be given something else indeed. Each point in the journey is an end in itself. One is not better than the other. Only your heart knows what to follow and where to stop. Whoo! Right? Like, anyway, I was in a state of deep listening. And when I'm in a state of deep listening, I am always guided to what I need in that moment. And so I don't even remember what I was doing. I was in our bedroom, and this book has been sitting on my bookcase for years, and I've never actually even read the whole thing. What I do is I go to wherever I'm guided, and then I actually read books backwards. Does anybody else do this? So when I read this, I was like, I have to share this on today's YouTube live. So let me know how this lands for you. And so basically, for me, what I want to invite you to or to share is that there is no wrong path. There is only the path that stirs your soul, that resonates with you, that helps you feel alive. And every single thing in our lives, right, is or can be a distraction from the true path. And by the true path, I just mean the thing that lights your soul on fire, the thing that resonates in your soul and your heart the most, right? And it's like our work is to be still enough and to be cognizant and conscious and aware enough to be able to, first of all, hear what we need to hear, right? We're so distracted by this fear-mongering world that we live in if that's what we choose to focus on. And so like Mark Nepo says, like there is a bird, right? There are angels guising as angels in every opportunity and every day. It's just what are we choosing to do with it? You read books backwards. Yay! Oh, thanks, Jill. It's like 20 freaking degrees here in Minnesota, but I don't care. I have to be one with the warmer weather. So that is sort of just what came up for me. And it's like, how can we afford ourselves more opportunity, more permission, to lean into the listening? Because we were given six senses for a reason, right? And we are like literally wired for discernment and for the ability to pick up on these signal signs, evidence, these birds, these songs, these messages that will help us like follow our true north, our inner compass, our divinity, our eternal beingness. And so I was like, okay, so I hope this serves you well. Now I want to give you 3 questions that can help you like marinate on this a little more. And these are actually in the discussion or the description rather. Okay, so what might reveal itself if I afford myself the chance to really listen to what my heart has to say? Like what might you discover if you afford yourself the ability to truly listen? If anything comes in for you or comes up for you and you feel like sharing, post it in the comments. I feel like this is way richer when we share what's coming up for us. Just an invitation. That's obviously not mandatory. Okay, here's another question. How might I better attune my hearing to what is here for me to know? I think this is a big one because so much of what we experience, this is just my personal lived experience. So much of what we experience often comes when we like take a big risk, when we take a big leap, when we do something that we're not certain of the outcome. It's like I feel like when we When we trust in this idea that we are supported, that is when the deep knowing comes in. And I would love to hear from you. What comes up for you? How might I better attune my hearing to what is here for me to know? I mean, I think the best way to attune our hearing is to get quiet and to get still. And in yoga, the hardest posture, the hardest asana in yoga is shavasana, corpse pose. Why? Well, when you still the physical body, the mental chatter, the monkey mind, the volume gets turned way up. And so that is why we spend our entire lives wearing this busy badge of honor. It's like, well, I'm too busy to do that. It's like, really? You're too busy to like listen for what is going to set your soul on fire? Really? Like, so then it begs the question, like, what is your peace costing you? Like, what are you having to pay for this this discernment of what your heart and your soul wants to share with you? Like, is it your health? Is it your mental health? Is it your relationships? Like, what are you like having to forego or give up because you're not willing to take the risk or the chance to go here? Okay, another question. This is a good one. What if I could never get it wrong? Like, what if you truly believe this? What if I could never get it wrong and there are no wrong paths for me to follow? Like, to me, all of the different directions or paths that I take and the variety of that is to me what rings my bells. Like, I didn't come here to just to figure shit out because that's not really how it works. Okay. So what if you couldn't get it wrong and there are no wrong paths? Like, if you truly believe that, would that like give you some space? Would that give you some permission? Would that give you some inspiration, some motivation? Does that resonate with you? And then the last one is, what if I gave myself permission to play full out and to listen fully to the nudges of my soul? Yeah. And then how might that serve me? Okay, so those are the questions I have for you. If you want to look at those later, they're in the description. Um, so anyway, I my way of being in the world is to ask questions because I feel like questions are what allows us to go deeper and to really like dig and if we're the sculptor David, our job is to chisel away the crap that's not really who we are. And that's what really this is all about. So to me, questions allow us to do that in a really, it seems like it's a simple way. It's just truly transformational and profound. Okay. So I'm going to start doing some readings. I'm going to go with Jill first and then Lydia. And then Shannon, would you like a card, my dear? So Jill, if is there anything in particular that you are hoping to receive some guidance, some wisdom, some intel about before I offer you a reading? And we're going to use both of my card decks, the Divine AF and the Divine Downloads. Okay, perfect. Shannon would love a card reading. Okay, Jilly, are you still here? Let me know if there's something specific. Otherwise, I'm just going to like tune in and see what your squad, what your team wants you to know. For the next few hours, the next few days, we're starting a brand new month tomorrow. May 1st, as you know, they call it May Day. It's a day of fertility and abundance and prosperity. Okay. So I'm going to just go here. I think there's a little bit of a delay. Okay. Okay, this one wants to come out and play with us. Oh, you got 2 cards, my love. Okay, so Miss Jilly, you got, I love this. You can't make this stuff up. Show me the way and I am magical. Okay, so the Show Me the Way card says, sometimes we don't know what to ask for. This can be a powerful source of support. Source, God, universe, higher self, please help me to know what to pray for. Have you ever tried that one? That's one of my favorites. Even if you don't pray, it's a good question to ask the universe, right? Because sometimes we're asking for the wrong things sometimes. And so we can literally say, please help me to know what to tune into, listen for, ask for. So, and then the other one, obviously, I am magical. You are pure magic every day and in every way. How are you honoring your magic today, Missy? I love those for you. So playful and so juicy. And then I'm going to pull a card from the Divine Downloads deck for you, Miss Jilly. Miss Jules. This one wants to come and say hi. Ooh, intuition. So I'm a channel of divine wisdom. I trust the information I receive with ease. So here's a little list with wisdom. You are born intuitive, and you can start to cultivate your intuitive gifts by using your senses to receive information. You can't make this stuff up. So, what types of clues are you noticing with your vision, your hearing, your seeing? Oh, I say this twice, funny. Your tasting and your smelling. You know, we're always dissing the intel. This is the thing. It's like, why do we do that? Well, because everything in our milieu and our environment is telling us not to trust what we are perceiving. And anything that you perceive is just right for you. I just want to make this point. We're again designed to be uh, intuitive, psychic, telepathic, whatever word you want to use. It's a built-in safety mechanism. It's just that everything in our environment tells us, turn your eyes away, look the other way. That's a bunch of made up crap. That's not actually true. And why? Well, because if we're not trusting what we're sensing and perceiving, we become so ungrounded and so disconnected from the intel that we become very unsafe. We become very vulnerable, and so we start believing what other people are telling us about our truth, and that's a very dangerous place to be. So again, it's all about whatever you are perceiving is perfect for you and your soul. You will never perceive information. But what I mean by this is like you will never like receive information in, let's say, a dream that is not safe for you to receive. You will never receive information in the form of a song on the radio that prompts you to take action and to do something that's aligned with some information that you perceive. You were only and always provided intel, information, signs, wisdom that that your soul is ready to receive, and furthermore heal. You will never receive anything that is not safe for you. So I hope that makes sense. You got a song message. Ask the universe, help me know what I need to tune into. Magical intuition, lives with wisdom, awareness of nature, birds, snakes. The birds keep coming to me. Beautiful. Trust and be grateful for the earth grounding. Yes. And like Mark's poem is actually about the birds, right? We have cardinals in our backyard, and I just believe and trust that cardinals are messages from the other side. And they also happen to be the color red, which is the color of your root chakra. The root is how you feel about yourself and this idea that you are supported. So again, the more grounded we are, right, and the more connected we are to our Mother Gaia, Earth, safety, community, the safer you are, because literally it's inherently in our DNA, in our design to be safe. And again, we just have to literally sort of put our glasses on so that we can start to hear the wisdom that's here, and put the fear mongering and all the crazy that's on the external factors on the back burner so that we can get more and more in tune with what we are meant to, hear, see, sense. One of my favorite prayers or affirmations is, please, please, please show me what I need to see. Let me hear what I need to hear. Let me know what I need to know. And let me feel what I need to feel. And let me smell and taste also what I need to know to help support me. Um, because you have free will. Yes, you are always supported. However, if and when you ask, like straight up, please show me, please show me, please show me, it comes rushing in and you will start to perceive what you need to perceive. So I hope that's helpful. Jill. Okay, perfect, perfect, perfect. May 1st draws out darkness into natural mindfulness, time of the year to simplify my life. Beautiful. There has never been a better time to simplify. I'm just saying, I think if humans just did one thing, and that was to simplify all the busy and all the like, just get back to the basics. Being outside, grounding, living off the land, reading, playing, laughing, singing, dancing, like the basics. Okay, Miss Lydia, you're so welcome, dear friend. Lydia, is there anything specific you want some intel on? And for some reason, I'm guided to go with the Divine Downloads card first. And Lydia has this deck. This deck, oh my gosh, means so much to me. I received everything in this deck. I received as a message from Source. Okay, you have it in your heart. Beautiful. Of course you do. So this is just an example of what is possible when we actually are open to receive the perceptions of what's trying to come in, right? To help us on our path. I mean, listen, obstacles are part of the human 3D experience. However, suffering is completely on the table. And I didn't know this up until literally, like, I don't know, 5, 6 years ago. I thought that suffering was fucking required. And like, Lord have mercy. I'm just glad to know. I don't believe in crying over spilled milk. I'm just freaking glad that I woke up and I received the intel, because I'm having more fun than you could shake a stick at. And it's so much easier. Okay, this is for Miss Lydia. Ask. Of course. I love that, Jill. Okay, here's the affirmation. It is easy for me to ask for help. Here's what I know to be true. If you don't ask, the answer is always a big fat no. It is courageous and honorable to ask for help. Yes. What do you need to ask for right now? Let me just give you an example. So our air conditioner has been on the fritz for a long time. And of course, whenever you get the assessments of things in the home, right, there's always something that could be expended upon. So it turns out we actually need a new air conditioner. And so I was like, listen, Tim, the sales guy for this company that we're working with, I said, you told us that you're kind of slow right now. So you need people like us to help your business. How about we will engage in a new air conditioner if you give us $2,500 off the top. And he's like, hey, I'm happy to ask, my manager. I was like, okay, we'll sit here and wait for you to make the call. And so we didn't get 2,500. We got 2,000 off the total, which, instead of being 13,000, it's like 10 or 11,000, which, hello, that's a lot of money. So the point is, asking is a muscle. And most of us, it seems like if you were born with the operating parts that include a uterus, it seems like, just based on my own lived experience, it seems like, because we can do everything and the kitchen sink and we can do it well, we somehow decided that that's a good idea. And that No one can do it as well as we can. We might be perfectionists, whatever it is, it doesn't matter. It's just that somehow, somewhere along the way, we decided it was hard to ask for help. And so, what does that do? It just creates suffering. So, that card is for everybody. Like, what do you need to ask for? Maybe it's like you need to have more compassion for yourself, right? Whatever it is. More spiritual guidance more often. I love that. Okay, so we're also going to get you some spiritual intel from this, Lydia. Um, I mean, we all could do a better job, and not from a place of like shaming or blaming. It's just it's kind of in our I feel like it's in our operating system. It seems like if you have a uterus or if you have the ability to procreate, carry and birth a child, that somehow it's your responsibility to do everything. Anyway, bygones. I have gotten much better at asking for help, and it's way more enjoyable because we weren't meant to do everything alone, and we weren't meant to carry the boulder up the hill both ways, much less push it. Yeah. Okay. I digress. This is coming out for Lydia right here. Stay curious, my love. You were designed to constantly expand and grow. Curiosity is a wonderful way to stay childlike and playful and also honor all of those inner kids. It's not just the inner child. In my experience, it's the kids. Because listen, we have so many different ages that we did not get what we needed, right? And so honoring that by staying curious is a wonderful way to honor all those kids. So how can you keep that beginner's mind fresh and honor your curiosity today? This is what I know to be true about curiosity and compassion is that it's so easy. Yay, Lydia. It's so easy to blame yourself, to beat yourself up, and to basically focus on what everything that you have done wrong, right? It's like, where is that coming from? Again, it's like, so when we can come from a place of curiosity, like what would it be like, which is sort of the questions that I put in the discussion or the comments. When you start to ask yourself questions, it immediately evokes your imagination and it amplifies your curiosity. And when you're coming from a place of curiosity versus like a know-it-all, the whole entire landscape changes instantly. And also, what it does is it bypasses your subconscious mind, which is where all of these programs are stored, right? That say, well, if you have a uterus, then you just have to serve everyone, or, all the reasons why things won't work out. So, being in a state of curiosity affords you so many benefits, and also allows the intel to come in easier because when you're curious versus, well, I know everything there is to know, from that frequency of being a know-it-all, there is no space for something new to come in. But when you're like, I wonder what it would be like if I, looked through the lens of my magic turquoise glasses. I wonder what is here for me to perceive, right? I mean, it's literally in an instant. You can shift your energy. So I hope that is helpful for you, Miss Lydia. Okay, and then we have Miss Shannon. Anything specific, Miss Shannon? I'm so glad that you love this, Lydia. I love y'all so much. Okay, we have Miss Shannon. I always intend for these to be really short, and then here we are at 29 minutes. So thanks for hanging with me. Okay, this one is coming up for you, Miss Shannon. Manifestation. I know this is backwards. You get the idea. I always attract the right people and opportunities on my path in the most divine timing. Perfect. Well, it's pretty hard to beat manifestation, right? Okay, so here we are. Your thoughts create your reality. They literally send out a frequency and attract that to you. Align your thoughts with your desired outcome. How can you shift your thoughts to attract what you desire? Right? I love this manifestation. You're manifesting some epic shit right now, Shannon. Yep. You know that. Breath teacher, meditation, yoga teacher. It's like preaching to the choir up in this grill. That's the thing is that, okay, now we're going to get some divine intel as well for you, Miss Shannon. Sometimes we're always preaching to the choir. And, okay, this is coming up. Oh, I just love this so much. The lighthouse card. Now, this woman is obviously with child. And, you know, maybe you're birthing something else into the world right now if it's not a child, Miss Shannon. So I love this so much. You are showered with unconditional love and light. Drink it in and then sprinkle it on another like glitter. Are you ready to let your light shine? It looks fabulous on you, baby. This card is also for everyone in the room and on the interwebs that happens to tune into this, because you literally, you are a light. We are all, as Ram Dass so poignantly said, we are all just walking each other home, right? We all have such amazing lights to shine. And what happens in life, right, is people poop on our light, right? And we somehow, if we're in a vulnerable place, we take that to be what's true, and it's just not. So it's literally like, let's dust off our lights, right? Let's crank up the light. There is, that saying, like, there is enough for everyone. It's like, we are the people in this room, the people that are watching this, like, we have work to do, right? We are the light bearers, the light torchers, the light carriers, and we have an obligation to turn up our lights as bright as possible. And don't worry about stepping on someone else's toes or taking the light away from someone else. In fact, it's the opposite. The brighter you turn your light, the easier it is for the people that need your light and your love and your vibes and your wisdom, your lived experience, to help serve them. Because nothing, nada, zilch, nothing that has happened in your earth walk this go around is by accident or a coincidence. None of it. Like, it's all here. And so when we can use our lived experiences every time we have fallen down, every time we have gotten back up, it just gives other people permission to do the same. And when we all like join together, oh my God, it's so much more fun. It's so much easier. So yes, love it. Maybe I am ready. Yes. Yeah, maybe you are birthing something else. Well, you have these breath classes. So I think everyone in this room would love getting to know the other people. So Jill, Lydia, you're all doing amazing work in the world. So why don't you all, if you feel so inclined, I know Jill is working on producing her first journal, her first to-do list with the world, which is very exciting. Um, you know, she also owns a spa. If you want to put a link to your spa in the chat, Jill, that would be great. Lydia is a wellness thriver, and she's also a nurse and helps people thrive despite their, these things we call diagnoses or conditions, right? Shannon is an amazing school nurse, meditation, breathwork teacher. Drop your link in the comments of your breath class, Shannon. And just, let's just share and pay it forward. And if you find these prompts or these YouTubes helpful, share them with a friend, tag a friend, invite a friend. Because it's so much richer when we're we're lifting one another and we're holding the ladder, not the ladder. I kind of don't like that metaphor anymore. Anyway, whatever. We're supporting one another. So thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Have an amazing week as we welcome in May, and I'm sending you so much love. Thank you. Bye. Yay. Thanks, Shannon. Yeah, post your links, everybody. If you feel called, you don't have to. You're so welcome, Lydia. You'll have an amazing day, an amazing day. Perfect. I will make a plug before we go. If you also are like, I wonder what it would be like to have a card deck. My beloved friend, Daniela and Guide, who made this deck possible, she is the guidance behind and the artist behind all of these gorgeous images that are so divinely feminine and abundantly conscious. She is relaunching her card deck creation course, and she has invited me to help her. So for the entire month of May, if you purchase her card deck creation course, we are going to be doing live mentoring and coaching in the group. She's going to be talking more about the techie design parts, and I'm going to be talking about the manifestation, the intuition, and helping you bypass all the effing limiting beliefs that are going to come up full force as you try to create your first card deck, or maybe it's your second or your third. So anyway, if that's of interest to you, just put card deck in the comments, and I will send you the link. She has a free masterclass. You can watch that. And then she obviously also has the course. And so I'm so delighted to be collaborating with her. She is the quintessential abundance consciousness queen. And so it's amazing. Okay. Laughter Yoga Ambassador. Yes. Awesome. All right. I love y'all. Put your links in the comments. Bye. See you next Sunday.